I was an insecure kid. I mean, fear was my middle name. I was afraid to leave the house. I mean, I had a speech issue too. I had a thing called cluttering, and I was getting beat up a lot, and I was a skinny, non-athletic kid. And then, just growing up and a little personal development. And when I started traveling, and like you, I just met a lot of amazing people in amazing places and saw things that,
The more I travel, the more I realize how little I know about the world, because there's so many different places to go. As I traveled more, I kind of became wiser and learned about different religions and different ways of life. Traveling is the best education you can have, and I really hope that people can travel more. The best piece of advice is to be spontaneous. Like, just go.
Anybody here not want to travel? Come on, man.
I have camera
Let's go
guys.
see the world.
Yeah.
Hey boys and girls, Tony Horton here, and I am super excited because I have Drew Binsky with me today. Drew has been to 197 countries. And how many countries are there on planet Earth? There are 197 countries. So you've been to each and every one of them.
Every country, Tony.
You are a YouTube sensation, a social media sensation. You have an amazing life. You met your wife while you were traveling,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. And a former scratch golfer, so he's probably got about a 2 or 3 handicap. So this is going to be embarrassing for me. What we're going to do today is every time he hits a ball, we're going to pretend that was my ball, and that's how that's going to work.
You're flattering me, Tony.
No, man. I'm super excited when I heard that we were going to have our conversation today and play some golf, which we both enjoy. Now, I haven't played in 28 years, but we're still going to get out there and have some fun, have some smiles and stuff. And then we're going to get a chance to kind of sit down and talk about your adventures and your whole thing. And then I'm going to get all your tips, and I'm going to start taking my wife to all the cool places.
Can't wait, man.
Even the funky places.
Ready? Okay. In the trees.
Come around.
We'll find it somewhere.
Yeah. I'm scared to death because this is going to be weird. This is the first swing in 28 years. Run for your lives. And I killed every mole on the course. But
well, you're on the grass and I'm not.
At least I know where it is. Yep, I can do 30 pull-ups, but I barely hit that thing 100 yards.
And I can't do 5 pull-ups.
All right, you guys, get underneath the shield. 28 years. 28 years.
Nice shot. That's incredible that you can play after not playing for my age, almost.
They're not going to use that, I hope. Oh, dude. Wow. Good work.
That's up there. All right. Golf claps.
Yes.
Good shot, man.
Getting closer.
That's good.
Getting closer.
Got good hand-eye coordination. That's all you need, really.
Yeah.
This is where the pros make all their money, these little shots.
Yep. Yep.
And putting.
Get up there.
Not hard enough.
Yeah.
Almost. Pretty good there.
Yeah. Get up. All right, I'm away. Here we go.
You know the rules of golf.
Yeah, a little bit from 100 years ago.
First putt in 28 years.
Bye-bye. I'm still away.
You're too strong, Tony.
Yes,
Too
that's
strong
it.
for this game.
Whose idea was this? Yes, sir. That's a gimme, right? Pretty much. Tell me your favorite place in the world.
That's such a hard question, but I'd probably go with Iran. I love the Middle East and places that everybody's scared of visiting. I like to go and share the other side of the story. I'm actually heading back there in 10 days. So,
oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
If my visa comes in, hopefully. Welcome to Iran. I just want to let you know that this country is amazing. I'm here walking in the Golestan Palace in Tehran, the capital, and you can see all this original art that's hundreds of years old. This is all original art from the early 19th century, 1800s. Wow. Look at all the mirrors in here. Different colors and designs and decorations. Stained glass.
Oh, very cool. Now, I've been with the Paragon, and they've sent me to a few places, Italy and France and England, you know, kind of easier. But I've also been to Japan twice and Korea, and so and I've got some catching up to do. You've been to 197. I've been to, I think, 9.
It's not a race, man.
It's a race! And I will invent another country so I can surpass you.
Nice shot, Tony.
Straight.
Great shot, man. Dude, I think you're on the green. Good shot.
That's crazy. What happened?
Sign him up.
Anyway, Drew, let me show you a thing or two.
Yeah, please.
Where do you think you are in there?
It's somewhere in here. I'm gonna have to drop a ball up here.
All right. What do you got there?
Pitching wedge. I don't know.
Oh, look at that sunshine for you.
Came out for me. Perfect timing.
Nice.
Should be pretty good.
Oh, that was about perfect. Well done, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
So what do I do here, Drew?
I think it's uphill a little bit.
Yeah.
I probably putt it, to be honest. Less margin for error if you putt it. If you chip it, you could.
Oh yeah.
You could chunk it or you could hit it.
Like
thin.
I did before.
Yeah.
This is what I needed to know.
Yep.
All right, here.
Just kind of give it a nice ride up there.
All right, now. It's in the hole. Birdie putt, everybody.
It's pretty good there. I don't think you could have chipped it much closer.
I don't think I could.
That's a gimme, so Tony got a par.
What?
Good job.
You're a stud.
That's a gimme. If it's within a putter, it's a gimme. You're good. All right.
Within a putter. I like the way you play, my
They say
friend.
in the grip, within the grip. So.
Oh wow. Wow.
I think it's within the grip.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We should just cut right here and go home. Go. Oh, that is. Oh! Oh, dude! So good.
So close.
Well done.
Right over that sand trap.
All
Little
right,
bit
right
left
over
of
that
it.
tree.
Yeah, over the little left of it would be good.
Yep. I just want to make contact. That's my main goal here.
Nice shot. Get on the green. Get on the green. Oh yeah, he's on the green. Dude,
What's happening?
you're kicking ass. That's what's happening.
What's happening?
Damn.
I'm not holding my breath, though. I'll tell you that much. It could go south at any moment.
I think it's on.
Our balls should be next to each other.
I think it's on the green.
Yeah, well done. Okay, for par. Here we
For
go.
par.
Golly.
Got it. Nice putt.
Go. Thank you.
Oh, just snuck it in there.
Way to feel that hole. So Drew, here we are in the 4th hole.
Yeah.
You're doing really well. I did okay on 1 hole, and I'm excited about that. Now, a lot of the folks at home, they don't play golf. You do. You're a former scratch golfer. You're killing it today, which is really great. Can you explain the markers here in the tee box? This is the tee box.
Exactly. So the blacks, kind of like a double black diamond in the ski slopes, is the most challenging or the farthest distance from the hole. So the green is way down there. Those, we call them the tips. They call them the tips.
The tips.
Those are the tips.
The tips.
These are the next, I don't know, they don't have a certain name like the tips, but these are for the, those are for the pros. These are for, like, you know, the amateur golfers. And then you have junior golfers and ladies tees.
Ladies
in
tees.
that order.
Yeah.
So we're playing from the blue.
So golf is sexist.
Somewhat. They say people, it stands for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. That's what actually they say it stands for. I hope it doesn't stand for that. I have a lot of friends who are on the LPGA Tour, the Professional Golfers Tour. I was just watching the Super Bowl with them. One of them's a top 10 in the world, so, you know.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Come around.
Came around. You see it?
No.
It was coming.
Oh,
right,
was it coming
it
around?
was curving right to left. Yeah, I just don't know where it went. Yes. Good shot. In the fairway. It's pretty good, Tony. I'm telling you, for someone who hasn't played in that long, it's very impressive. There you go. Good looking shot.
Oh!
On the dance floor.
Oh, God. Oh, nice. Well played.
Thank you. A little too soft, but it works.
Yeah. No, 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 no.
Good speed.
Yeah.
That was weird. I think it just tailed off.
Yeah. Didn't predict that green well at all.
Now I know what to do.
Yeah,
Or
Snake.
what not to do.
I'm here to, yes. Don't do that. Oh, oh! Every stroke is an adventure, which is exciting. You know what I mean?
There it is. It's on the green, man. A little bit right. Oh.
Show me how to use this club.
Let me
brother.
try.
Yeah.
Good shot. All right. Wow, this is interesting.
What do you think?
Red. but I am red, so maybe it's a
Yep.
good combination.
What is your? Are you Scottish or Irish or what?
I'm German, Russian, fully Jewish.
Ah.
No Irish. Everybody thinks that I'm Irish.
Come around, ball.
Should be on the right side of the green. Oh, over.
Whoa. Wow. Guy, I have no idea what I'm doing here. This is.
And he gets out, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah, yes.
Woo!
And that's how it's done. It'd be fun just to have like one kind of fun shot for you guys. It's my goal. I'm doing it for the cameramen.
Get in. Get in. Oh,
Golly.
that was a fast one.
Sure was. Oh, keep going.
Still going.
Still doing whatever it's doing.
It's gonna be super fast.
Wow, man, nicely done.
Go.
Come on.
Oh, close. That's probably the best shot out here.
It's a little right to the cup. I'm gonna go about 2 inches right. Hopefully I have enough speed here.
Drop. Go ahead. We're about the same, so it doesn't matter.
All right, man.
Boom. Oh,
Ooh. Boom,
almost
boom.
missed that one.
So what is the Paragon experience? If you look at the definition of Paragon in the dictionary, it's seeking to be your best. Just 24 people supporting each other throughout the process, no matter whether it's a seminar, whether it's a pool workout or an obstacle course in the backyard. Why is Ninja part of the whole thing? Because the fun factor is through the roof.
Ninja teaches you strength, balance, agility, all wrapped in one.
It's life-changing.
Oh, dude, that's in the hole.
Should be in the hole.
It's in the hole.
Should
Oh,
be pretty
wow.
good.
That's a beautiful shot.
Thank you,
brother.
thank you.
Really.
You find
You know what I got down? This the kind of the hangout stance. See, I'm got the leg
Yeah,
cross
exactly.
leaning, like I've been here my whole life.
You want this one or a different one?
Yeah, this will be interesting. We're having some fun.
Oh yeah.
A little
Go.
short, but
Go!
that's a good spot for me.
On the grass.
I'm very happy there.
Not the sand.
It's straight, it went up, I didn't hurt anybody. It's all good. Go right.
I thought that was gonna curve left or right.
I learned something from you.
That was weird.
Yeah. It's funny because I would have played it left which I think you did, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think here? Just straight? Pretty straightish?
Yeah. It looks like it's gonna go that way, and then it goes the other way at the end. So maybe straightish, or aim a little left of the hole.
Okay.
It's uphill, so give it a nice. Too hard.
Way too hard.
Not way too hard.
Look, it died though.
Yeah, it did die. All right, Tony, knock it in.
Okay, man. I'm gonna do what I can here. All right.
Boom. Great putt.
You got that, right? You get that? Yeah, I mean, it was like 3 feet, but whatever. 1,
4.
2. I got a 4?
You got a 4.
What?
Good job.
Yeah. All right.
On to the next. Straight down the middle here.
Okay. I'm not worried about you at all. You're gonna be fine.
Nice. Best one of the day right there.
Yeah, I know it.
Look at this guy.
What is happening?
Good shot.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Finally hit the fairway.
Yeah, man, nicely done.
All right.
Getting the most out of that 3-wood.
Yeah. Good shot on the green.
Come on now. I'm on in 3. It's a very long par putt. So let's see how this goes. Drew, any tips?
Get it to the hole. It's uphill.
Okay, buddy.
Gotta get it there.
If anything, hit it past the hole, not short of the hole. Boom. Hold on, this is just for the camera. By the way, this doesn't really do anything, just so you know. All right, here we go.
Turn, turn, turn.
Oh.
It's a good roll. Above average right there. Nope. Turn the other way. Garbage. Boom!
Oh my goodness.
Straight in the center.
Go get it, man. Bingo.
Nice.
Douche.
I got you.
That was a reasonable hole. Come to the right.
A little too far left.
Yeah, I think you're good though.
Should be
A
interesting.
little, maybe in the rough, but
Yeah.
and you know, I'm not concerned this is the last drive of the day. Big shot here. I'm not thinking about that at all. Oh, it's right by a lot. 4, give or take. All right, that'll be fun. Can I 2-putt from here?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you for
Can
that.
you 1-putt from here? You should think
Yes.
about it that way.
Correct.
Hit it.
Oh, whoa, wow, what? Stop. What is that? Yikes. All right, dude, finish strong.
For a birdie.
Go now, go now. That's it, dude! Oh!
That would have been the most epic birdie.
That would have been pretty good.
That was so close,
Pretty
man.
good, dude. Wow. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no. So much for 2-putting.
Get in.
Well, my brother,
Fun round, man.
awesome.
Good playing.
Pleasure meeting you.
Great meeting you
That
too.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll do
That
it
was
again
really-
for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We'll have you at my pad next.
Not on a golf course next time.
Yes, yes. Maybe the 10th time. Well, there you have it, everybody. 9 holes of golf. Dude, thank you, man.
Hey, you played really well. You know that?
I had some moments.
You had a couple, 2 pars? 1 or 2?
I have one.
Definitely 1.
Definitely had one.
Couple of good shots.
Not too bad after 28 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I want to just thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it. That, my friends, is how you power up in life. Hey, everybody, Tony Horton and Drew Binsky and I just got done with 9 holes, and you were killing it, dude. former scratch golfer.
Yeah.
And it's just an absolute pleasure to meet you. It's just incredible, your life, what you've been able to do, and how you really built this amazing career for yourself. First of all, since we're at a golf course, I have to ask you this. When did you first get interested in golf, and how come you got so good at it, or how did you get so good at it?
You know, I grew up in Arizona, and everybody golfs there. You have sunshine 350 days a year.
Right.
So me and my buddies, when we were 10, 12, 15 years old, just go out and play golf. And some of my friends from growing up made it to not the PGA Tour, but the one right below it. And I've just always loved the game. My dad, played with my dad growing up, and tried out for college, didn't make it. So then I, had fun in college, but I always, as I traveled, I just kept playing golf, and it's still just a part of me,
And so how often do you get around in these days?
Once or twice a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I played golf in 57 countries. So
57 countries. How many total golf courses do you think you've played?
Probably 700 or 800. In my life, probably. Yeah.
But wow. I would say for me it's 30.
You played well, man, I'm telling you.
I had a couple of decent shots, and the editing here is going to be remarkable. You're gonna,
Just the made putts and the good
they're going to show my swing and then your ball traveling close to the pin. Now let me ask you this right out of the box. So when did this travel bug all begin for you?
I played competitive hockey growing up. It's funny, Arizona, that people think nobody
hockey
plays.
And golf.
I know.
Of course.
So I traveled a lot domestically for hockey in Canada, and then first trip overseas was to Prague, Czech Republic in 2012 for a study abroad semester. Lived there for 5 months, traveled all over Europe, about 20 countries that semester, and I was 20 years old. Couldn't even legally drink in the US, and in Europe just going crazy and partying and meeting people and eating all these new foods and having great experiences that I loved. So I went back to Wisconsin, graduated, and then immediately moved to Korea.
Okay. No, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah,
there's something in between those two. So by the time you were 20 years old, you had already been to 20 countries.
20 countries.
As a 63-year-old, I think I've been to maybe 12. You know what I mean? So I got some catching up to do. And
but you've done a lot of things I haven't done.
I've done some pull-ups and some squats.
Yeah.
A couple.
How many pull-ups have you done in your life?
As many countries as you've been to, times about 10,000.
Times about 10,000.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at those.
Yeah.
And then why South Korea? What happened there?
I just wanted to keep traveling because I loved it so much. I studied economics. I didn't really want to get a corporate job and do the whole 9 to 5 thing. So my friend from college told me about a teaching English program in Korea. I'm not a teacher. My mom's a teacher, was a 3rd grade teacher, but I saw it as a good opportunity to live in Asia and get paid to live in Asia. So I did. 2 months after college, I packed my bag and went to Korea, first time in Asia, and lived there for 2 years.
You had no credentials as a teacher, but you ended up going to Korea because you spoke pretty decent English.
That's it. You have to be a native English speaker, and you have to have a degree from a 3 or 4 year university.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Those are requirements to be an English teacher, because it's your native language, so you don't have to study English to be an English teacher. Apparently.
And so you were there in South Korea for how long?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, I was living 30 miles south of Seoul. Yeah, so in Korea, I went to about 20 more countries in Asia, Japan, Taiwan, Thailand. And then I started a blog, and I was just documenting my travels for my friends and family. And I connected with other travel bloggers. One guy who's one of my good friends, he finished at 31 years old, he finished all the countries. And at the time, he was the youngest American to do that in 2011. Wow. And I was 23 years old, I had been to about 45 countries. And I was like, why not try to visit every country? Literally, that's how it happened. He did it, and I said, why not try? So then I tried. Because to go to every country, it's very time consuming, and you have to try to go to all those little countries in Western Africa and Central Africa and the Pacific. It's very time consuming. Yeah.
Wow. And so how did you budget all that? Like, how were you able to afford all that travel and being able to hotels and car rentals and all of it?
Teaching English was I made $3,000 a month, but that included free rent. It included free phone plan, free health insurance. Like they hooked it up. So $3,000 a month in your pocket in Korea is a lot of money.
Wow.
So I did that for a while. When I left Korea, they gave me a bonus of $5,000 because I had completed 2 years at that school. I don't know. So, but I traveled pretty cheaply in the beginning. Sleeping in hostels and eating street food. I mean, it's not that expensive to travel. Switzerland and Norway and Australia, those are expensive. But if you go to India and Pakistan and Thailand, I mean, it's for $1,000 a month, you can easily travel. Okay. So I was making some money through blogging, and then didn't start making videos till 2017, and that's when everything changed.
Oh, wow. So prior to 2017, you were just doing it to do it, but you weren't really documenting it, much of that stuff.
I was documenting it on Snapchat because I got a following on Snapchat in 2015, right when the app was getting popular. And so I actually got paid by the Olympics to go to Rio in 2016, and they paid me $5,000 just to go there and Snapchat the Olympics. So that was kind of my first, like, I guess, breakthrough of like, okay, I think I can make money doing this, you know?
Wow.
And then Instagram stories came out. I remember I was in Uruguay, and I was like, okay, Snapchat just kind of died for making content like that.
Right.
Went on Instagram, and then soon after, Deanna, she's my fiance now, she bought me a camera. And she's like, you should start making videos, longer form videos, and putting them on YouTube. And I said, why not? So I did it.
What I love about your story is there was never some early master plan.
Correct.
It was just sort of, you had these experiences, and this technology was coming around, and there were certain things like Snapchat and other YouTube and things. We just started like, oh, okay, I'll do this. And you've built this amazing career for yourself.
Yeah, just go with the flow.
What's the one country you've been to the most, and why?
Probably Thailand. I spent 18 months there. I mean, Korea is the answer. We already talked about Korea. So Thailand, I've been a lot, and Turkey, I really love that country. So I'm planning to take my parents there this summer.
And why those two? What was so special about them?
The food, the culture, it's safe, and it's just like every corner you turn is just like amazing, and just something different, you know?
Really?
I don't know. It's hard to say why. I guess I just really connect.
You're just drawn to it.
You just connect with the people, and the more you travel in those countries, the more you're like, wow, this place is really, really special. And not every country, in my opinion, is that incredible. I mean, I'm not going to name places, but a lot of them blend together. When you go to regions, it's like, okay, these are really similar. It's like same language.
Is Norway and Sweden and
kind of similar? I love those
there?
countries, but they are similar, you know? But when you travel in Thailand and Turkey specifically, like wherever you go in those countries, it's different. And so I really like it there. What
was the most visually mind-blowing, spectacular, super beautiful place on Earth that you've ever seen? I'm sure there's more than one.
Are we talking natural landscapes or landmarks? Man-made
I would say natural.
Natural.
We'll start natural, and then we'll just go landmarks second.
Hit me with tough questions.
Oh, yeah, I don't mess around. Here, power up. We're powering up. We're not powering down right now.
Tajikistan is a country that's 90% mountains. They speak Farsi, which is the same language in Iran and Afghanistan. I had no idea what was going on there. I flew in, and I took me and my local friend. I always make local friends through Instagram.
Oh. So you have your own personal guides when you show up.
Thankfully, through social media, I'm able to connect, with people all over the world. So I'll just post. Like,
I'm going to need a list of all those people, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I just say like, hey guys, I'm going to be in Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Kazakhstan over the next few months. Like, is anybody there? And I get all these messages, and then I filter through them, and then I find someone that looks cool, and they're willing to show me around. And obviously I pay for everything. I pay for the hotels and the gas. Like, I want to make it a win-win for them.
Right.
I don't want to sound like I'm like using people to make content.
No, I did not get that impression at all.
Well, some people think so. Social media people, it's a lot of haters out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I make local friends, and in Tajikistan, he took me around in his car, and we went to all these amazing national parks, and we slept in yurts. So yurt is like a circular home, a nomadic home where they used to live from thousands of years ago, and families sleep in there, and there's a little chimney in the middle, and they just drink tea, and it's just like
a super modern, really cool wooden igloo.
They're not that modern, but yes.
Oh yeah, some of them can be.
Some of them can be
pretty
modern.
tricked out.
Correct. The ones I slept in Tajikistan were not modern. But
no.
Yeah, it's just it's a country I never heard of before I went, and I absolutely loved it. So
and we're talking national park, beautiful.
Absolutely, like snow-capped mountains, like beautiful birds, and just animals everywhere, and really hospitable people. And there's a lot of places that I can tell you are really amazing, but that's a country that most people have never heard of, and that's why I like to shine some light on it.
Right. Any exercise while you were out there, or are you just busy traveling around?
Talking to Tony Horton about exercise.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's all right. You'll get it in when you come to my house.
Yeah. So I'm really active. So like I walk a lot, and I have backpacks on my back always, which are 30 pounds. I'm, moving. I walk 5 to 10 miles a day when I travel, and walking is underrated. I really think so.
No, man, I get exhausted. I'd rather run than walk.
Yeah. People sit in their house, they drive to work, they sit at the office. People lack walking. They need to walk more.
Well, when most everybody was fairly thin, right, that was it. Everybody was walking all the time. They were eating less too.
In Europe, they walk a lot and they take the metro. But anyways, so I just move my body, and that's how I don't gain too much weight. I've stayed at about 150 pounds for the last 10 years.
Well, there you go.
And everybody always asks me, like, how do you not gain weight? And I don't eat the healthiest, but I just move my body.
Right.
So
you burn it off.
I sometimes will do push-ups, but I can't get in the rhythm. So give me some motivation.
Dude, you and I, hello. It's gonna happen. You're doing pretty well. You're pretty happy. But here's what's interesting though. Your weight, you've maintained it for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was just saying this to a friend the other day. I think the reason why people ought to struggle with their weight and the reason why they're overweight is because they don't have something else other than food that they're super excited about. Like food for me is sort of 10th on the list.
Yeah.
I love a beautiful meal. I love flavor and texture and all that kind of thing. But it's just not, I mean, I'll get up in the morning and I'll work out and I'll do a shake afterward. And then I'll think, oh God, it's 3 o'clock. I should eat something. You know what I mean? It's like the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then we overeat at every meal and it's ick. So, but I mean, how old are you?
I'm 30.
You're 30. So if we take your age, multiply by 2, and then add 3, that's me. All right, so speed round.
You look 30.
Yeah, well, it's the makeup and the lighting. Trust me, my friend. You should see me in the morning. What's it like to visit countries that so few Americans get to visit, like North Korea?
It's an honor. It's cool to go to places that nobody knows anything about, and the fact that I can document it and put it on YouTube and share it with millions of people is rewarding. And I get messages all the time from people from Syria and Iraq that are like, thank you so much for showing the positive side.
The positive side of where we are,
because nobody knows anything positive about Syria, and it's an amazing country.
Right. Now let me ask, it's not the 7 wonders of the world, but there's 1,152, what are they called? Like
UNESCO World Heritage Sites?
Say that again?
UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
Now explain what they are and how many you've been to and how many you were in a period of time. I know you have
Guinness
that's
World
one
Record.
of your Guinness Book of World Records, right?
Yeah, so UNESCO.
That's very cool. Explain that.
Thank you. A UNESCO site is designated by the UN. There's about 1,100, and they're really significant in terms of culturally or naturally or geographically. Like the Grand Canyon would be one because or the Taj Mahal is a UNESCO
Taj Mahal
site.
is one of them.
The Pyramids of Giza, or there's a lot of them. I mean,
1,100 plus.
Yeah, the U.S. has like 100 different sites. So,
but I noticed that I was looking at the map. The Middle East is jam-packed.
Because it's where history.
All these,
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia.
Yeah, there's so many sites, and Iraq is Mesopotamia, and I love Iraq. But I visited the most UNESCO sites in 24 hours by only taking public transportation. So,
in 24 hours.
Yeah.
How many?
I visited 12 between Germany and Holland.
Wow.
So I took only domestic flights and trains and buses.
Can you name just a handful of what they were?
In Amsterdam, there's the Canals of Amsterdam, which is... Have you been to Amsterdam?
No.
Oh, man.
What's wrong with me?
You got to get out there,
Dude,
man.
take me to these places.
If there's one thing you learn from this whole conversation, go to Amsterdam.
Go to Amsterdam. Yeah. For more reasons than one.
Yeah, it's a great place. And then there's these windmills called Kinderdijk, and there's like these really old... Have you ever seen like a Dutch windmill? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Solvang. Have you heard of Solvang in California? It's like 2 hours away from here.
Yeah.
That they have. It's based off of like a Dutch town, and they have windmills.
Right.
And then in Germany, in Berlin, there's all these like old palaces that we went to, and the Brandenburg Gate, which is another famous monument.
Right.
Yeah. So we did it all, and then I'm a huge Cubs fan. My dad's from Chicago.
Right.
The moment I finished that 24 hours, we're exhausted, we're done, was the first pitch of Game 7 of the World Series.
What?
So I went to a bar, and it was like 3 a.m. and I went to a bar, and they were like, we're closing. And I was like, please, I will buy every drink in this bar, because nobody cares about baseball in Holland. I was like, please, please, can I watch the game? So I sat in the bar for 4 hours, and the Cubs won the World Series. So I had a Guinness World Record, and the Cubs won the World Series within one day. Yeah.
Oh, here's one I like a lot. Most expensive country.
I was in Geneva, Switzerland, right after Russia, so like a week ago. Switzerland's probably number 1, Norway's probably number 2, and then it's close between like New Zealand, Australia. I mean, parts of the U.S. can be really expensive.
Sure.
I mean, L.A., New York.
Yeah, Beverly Hills right over there.
Beverly Hills, I mean, go get a drink, it's $25. I mean, it's crazy.
I know. New York City, obviously.
New York City.
Yeah.
And then a lot of Western Europe, so like parts of France and Sweden and Iceland can be expensive.
Right.
Those are the most, and Singapore is expensive.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Cheapest would be Bangladesh or Afghanistan.
So which country, this is kind of an extension of the one I just asked, country where your money went the furthest, was it Bangladesh or?
Probably Afghanistan, yeah.
Afghanistan.
Yeah. I do these videos like what can $10 get you in whatever country. I've done like 50 episodes.
Oh,
so in
cool.
Afghanistan, I was able to buy like 15 different things for $10 total. So like,
wow.
Street food or like a shirt or whatever, like just going around, a hat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not that hat. Though.
Not this hat. This is a better. This is not worth $1. This hat.
It's worth $5. Here's one that's maybe you've already kind of covered, but I like this kind of approach. Most humbling experience you've had while traveling, where you just felt in awe about where you were.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I've never been asked that question.
Well, our team, they're a crack team.
I've been asked a lot of questions.
Yeah. I love that question.
In Yemen, which is probably the most dangerous country all around in the world, our car broke down, me and my local guide. And some random dude came up on the street and like offered I was so scared. I was like, man, I don't want to be stuck on the side of the road, car broken, are we going to get kidnapped? And some just random guy driving picked us up and took us into his little village, and he invited us into his house. We were on a little rug like this, you know, he brought us food. Wow. His friends came over, and I was like, this is the beauty of humanity. Wow. This is the reason why I travel.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that story is so helpful for people to understand. Like Yemen, people just think, oh my God, it's just crazy dangerous.
War zone, yeah.
But then the fact that that's happening to you means that there's good people everywhere.
It's good people everywhere.
Yeah.
And it can be dangerous, of course. I'm not going to say that it's the safest place, but
sure.
But people are generally, I say 99.9% of people are hospitable, friendly, and nice. There's always some people that maybe aren't, but everywhere in the world, people are friendly. As I traveled more, I kind of became wiser and, you know, learned about different religions and different ways of life. But traveling throughout Africa, there's 55 countries in Africa, and I like to say about 10 of them are easy and convenient in terms of getting visas. Morocco, Egypt, South Africa, Tanzania, we talked about Tanzania. Mm-hmm. Those are easy, like you can just get on a plane and go. But going through Central Africa and West Africa, the Congo and Central African Republic and Burundi and a lot of countries that no one's heard of, like Equatorial Guinea, it's hard, it's expensive, and it's like, and sometimes I'm there and I'm like, you know, what am I actually doing here? But then once I meet the people, it always comes back to the people. You meet someone really inspiring and they take you in their house or they show you a good time, and then it all becomes worth it. So having a lot of those experiences over time is the answer. I don't have one exact moment.
Let me, how about this? I'm going to maybe alter that question a little bit. Compare who you are now after all of this compared to how you were the day you graduated high school. Like, who were you then and who are you now based on traveling the world?
I still love golf.
That's evident outside. Yeah.
I'm still the same. You know, I like 90s comedies with Adam Sandler in it. You know, like I'm still the same person, but I'm just a lot wiser. Like when I watch a movie now, like I get it. Like I've been to that place where they shot it, and I get a lot of references. People will say a comment about a certain tribe that no one picks up, but then I'm like, wow,
I know what that is. I know what that's about.
So it's and also it's cool when I can shake someone's hand and say, where are you from? And I automatically know that I've been to that country and I can connect with anyone. And I couldn't do that in high school. I was in a sheltered American bubble, you know?
Right.
So
as was I, yeah.
Traveling is the best education you can have, and I really hope that people can travel more.
I would have to agree. I mean, I haven't traveled obviously as much as you have, and I was sort of I had sort of a travel phobia for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I go to Italy and I get sick the first 3 days. See, I told you so. I'm not supposed to breathe air from other places. And that all changed after a while. I mean, of course, when I go somewhere, I usually have to perform. You know what I mean? I have to be up and I have to be on and I have to, motivate, inspire folks and put them through the paces. And they're all expecting me to, every military base, especially Marine Corps bases, there's somebody there that wants to, challenge me in a push-up and pull-up contest.
Do you win?
Every time. There's this one, really quickly. Some kid, we were on an Air Force base and, he was 22 years old and I was 50-something. And, I used to start on Mondays just doing 500 push-ups, so I was good at push-ups. And so in the military, when you do your PT test, it's maximum push-ups in a minute. And so we had a minute, and he did 77, and I did 88.
Wow.
You can Google that. I think those were the numbers.
88.
And then he challenged me in a pull-up contest, and that was dumb. He lost that one too. But I mean, I don't know. Lately, I have to hone up. But
I'm intimidated.
See, the point I wanted to make though, before I started talking about myself, I was an insecure kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, fear was my middle name. I was afraid to leave the house. I had a speech issue too. I had a thing called cluttering, and I was getting beat up a lot, and I was a skinny, non-athletic kid. And then, just growing up and a little personal development. And when I started traveling, and like you, I just met a lot of amazing people in amazing places and saw things that, there are people who have never been to Tokyo, people who have never been to Paris, people who have never been to Venice. I mean, these are sort of the classic travel spots, unlike some of the really unusual places you've been. And, I just think about, and you've been to Tokyo more than once.
Love
like
Tokyo,
me.
yeah.
And I would move there in a second.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just absolutely.
Japan's incredible.
It's spectacular.
And I've never met someone who's been there that doesn't like it. It's the only country.
I know.
It's amazing.
It really is. And you can't find a cigarette butt no matter how hard you try. It's just a place.
And they smoke cigarettes. The point of that is it's just so clean.
It's immaculate.
That you can't.
There's just no trash.
Yeah.
You can't find it.
And there's only 30 million people in Tokyo.
Is there?
Yeah. It's the biggest, most populated city in the world.
Yeah, and unbelievable. Who is the most interesting? This is going to be hard.
I already have the answer.
Oh, really?
Most interesting person I've met?
Other than myself.
Do you know who Wim Hof is?
Yes. And I saw that episode.
Yeah. So Wim Hof is the Iceman, and he's got 23 Guinness World Records for his ability to withstand sub-zero temperatures. So he'll like run marathons barefoot in Antarctica. He can take 45-minute ice baths. And I went to his house in the Netherlands.
I watched the video.
Man.
Hey, question though. You two were that close to each other.
We were pretty close.
And so you got into that tub of ice.
He's about your
water.
age, by the way. You guys are both superhumans.
Yeah, he's kind of amazing as well. And he's been around doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
But he's probably more popular
He's
than
gotten
ever.
popular. So when I was in Russia, in the world's coldest city, I did an ice bath when it was minus 40. So they had to, obviously the lake is frozen, so they had to like cut like 3 feet down.
This is after you had met him and experienced that.
It's connecting stories. So then I took an ice bath. I was in there for 60 seconds, and the moment you get out of there, all the water like freezes on your body. It's really dangerous, actually, obviously. And so I was with a friend, and we were FaceTiming with Wim Hof, and like, Wim, you'd be so proud of us right now because it's minus 40 outside. But no, he's the most interesting and inspiring person I think I've met.
Yeah. Yeah, he's. I mean, I know friends who have worked with him and spent time with him, and he's been in the news a lot. So yeah, I mean, if you don't know who Wim Hof is, check him out. He's incredible. But in that shot where the two of you were getting in the, I mean, you look like you were holding your own pretty well there.
I was on camera, so.
That's amazing what'll happen.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, that didn't help my golf game much today. Couple of good strokes.
It's the opposite with golf. It makes you screw up. But when you're anything like power, like, pump yourself up, it's easy.
Right.
Another interesting person was Manny Pacquiao. I spent an hour with him.
No kidding. Wow.
He's a senator in the Philippines. He's running for president this year. But he gave me...
That's where your fiance is from.
Yeah. He gave me an hour of his time like 2 years ago. It was supposed to be a 5-minute meeting, but we had such a good conversation. I had a full hour with him.
That is cool. Well, you're easy to talk to. And you've seen a thing or done a thing, so he probably found you very fascinating.
Yeah. He's really interested in Judaism, and I'm Jewish, but he's like super Catholic.
Right.
So he's been to Israel 4 times, and he actually invited me to go on his private jet, which never happened. But yeah, he was asking me questions about Jewish and all this stuff. So.
How often was language barrier an issue? I mean, you were there and you just couldn't communicate with anybody, and you had things to do and places to go?
That's a good one.
So tell me about that.
Sign language or body language is really underrated because.
Does that always mean yes, or does it mean up your ass?
Correct.
I mean, that could be. I mean, Kennedy came off a plane once and went like this, and everybody was like, or he went. I don't know what he did, and somebody.
Yeah, you can always communicate what you need by emotion.
Right.
So if I'm really stranded somewhere, I'll do that. But I always have a local friend usually, and that helps.
Yeah.
But I can speak, 20 words in many different languages, just enough to get by.
So you have this incredible influence on lots of people. They want to know what you're doing and what you're up to, and they're just sort of amazed by your journeys. How are you going to blow their mind, all 10 million people plus me next?
The more I travel, the more I realize how little I know about the world, because there's so many different places to go. So I want to revisit countries and I want to stay in front of the camera, keep making good stories, and maybe take my productions to the next level in terms of Look
at all this. Yeah. I mean, anybody here not want to travel? Come on, man.
I have camera
guys.
Let's
go see the world.
Yeah, something like that. So maybe more editors and
turning up a notch.
Next level. But yeah, I have a docu-series coming out about visiting every country.
What's that called? And how can people find it?
We don't know the exact name yet. We think Border 197 because that's how many countries are in the world. Or
I love that.
We might call it just every country, because if you imagine scrolling Netflix and you see a title that says every country, it's obvious what that's about.
Rise up to the top to view-wise, yeah.
So that one's coming out, and then I have an NFT collection coming out, which I don't know if you know what that means. Do you know what that means?
No.
It's like a cryptocurrency thing.
Oh.
It'd be hard to explain, but basically it's like detailed illustrations of all my favorite places, and if you own one, then you can get certain benefits and access to my content and stuff like that. It's confusing. It's all confusing.
Well, it's the future.
It's the future. But most importantly, I want to keep creating, keep making good stories, and I have a whole list of the next stories I want to tell. So.
Well, what's fascinating is, and the fact that you've already been to all these countries is, just because you've been to one doesn't mean you've seen it all.
Of course.
Right? So there's just so many other, there's this, and this. So you're going to still get your mind blown. You're still going to see incredible buildings and meet new people and more natural beauties.
Yeah.
You're going to see that based on.
I want to take you to some place that's not Italy. Let's go.
Italy or Japan or Korea.
Let's go to Venezuela.
Or England or France. Have you ever been to Chamonix, France?
I have not been there in France.
That's you're a skier.
I am a skier, yeah.
Right, so there's Chamonix, Mont Blanc. There are two mountains.
Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc?
Yep.
Right.
I just saw Mont Blanc from Geneva the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So Mont Blanc has a run Like Jackson Hole, where I go to, is 4,000 feet top to bottom, which is one of the longest runs in North America. Mount Blanc has one that's 9,000 feet. You're just skiing all day long. And you can go to the Guy du Midi, which is, I'm probably mispronouncing that, which is a tram that goes, it's vertical for part of it.
Cool.
Right? And the lodge at the top is built into a granite mountain. It's literally, it's not a building, it's the mountain built inside. And then you have to rappel, you have to be...
With your skis on?
With your skis on. Some people put them on their back, but there's a rope that takes you down because it's 4,000 feet to your death and 3,000 feet to your death. And then you start there, and then you just ski pitch after pitch. You need a guide front and back. And you're just
amazing.
I'm telling this guy about this thing.
That's awesome.
Dude, it will blow your mind. And I would love to do it with you because we're going to do another retreat, and I'd love you to come. What would be some of the advice that you'd give the average person who's sort of starting, maybe not all 197, but just willing to travel more and see the world?
The best piece of advice is to be spontaneous.
Oh.
Like, just go. Actually, the name of my merchandise company is Just Go. I just wear those shirts across my chest because the best moments in life happen from unplanned experiences.
That's super scary for me.
Although the skiing thing is super amazing, and I know it's amazing, but if we went to Baghdad tomorrow with no plan, I bet you we would have the best time of our lives.
No kidding.
Yeah, because it's always, you don't have any expectations, and it always ends up being okay. I mean, I'm still alive.
Right. I'm sure to be murdered.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean, you always end up meeting someone cool and doing something you never thought you would do, and that's the beauty of it all. So being spontaneous is the best advice. Obviously, common sense. Don't walk down an alley at 3 a.m.
Right. Naked.
Naked. Yeah, exactly.
Right. With a knife.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. Yeah. That's something I do just here. No. That's not true. That is and spontaneity.
I almost made a joke about Tony Horton naked, but I stopped myself.
Hey man, it's an R-rated show. So, I love this question, man. How many airline miles do you think you have?
I've flown millions of miles. I don't know exactly, but I'm gold status on all the different. I get first class and all that stuff.
Here's one that's not on here, but I know what my answer is. Favorite airline where you just get on the plane and go, there's this on a plane? Like, look at this. Do you have one?
Well, that depends if you sit first class or coach, but Qatar Airways or Emirates are the two best in the world, and there's not even a close third. It's Qatar, Emirates, and maybe Singapore Airlines would be the next best.
How about Korean Air, though?
Korean Air is very good. Most of the Asian airlines are very good.
Yeah.
But the Middle Eastern ones, I mean, they're just like over the top. I mean, just the food and it is just incredible service, and the entertainment screen has any movie you've ever heard of, and it's great.
And it's big.
And Wi-Fi, it's huge. Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is ridiculous.
If you have first class, you lay down, So.
Well, I don't know. I mean, in Korean Air, because I was in business. I don't know what was happening in first class, but my seat was this wide.
Yeah.
The next seat in front of me was like a
flat.
football field away, completely far away, and there was nobody in there, nobody here to my right, which is really cool. And they had food service, and then I'm watching somebody else eat like 10 minutes later, and I go, oh, and they said, oh, you can eat anything you want as long as you want. And she's opening up this menu,
unlimited.
And I just ate for 15 hours and watched like 10 movies, and when we landed, I was pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go around again.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. What do you miss the most being away? Well, when you're away from home, like what do you miss the most?
Of course, friends and family. It's hard, But thankfully, I just moved back to Arizona after I haven't lived there since high school because I went to college in Wisconsin, lived in Korea and all these other countries, traveled, and I just bought a home back there. So it's nice to be with my family again and stuff. I'm a huge sports fan, and watching games at 2 a.m. is impossible. When
anywhere,
the games, like Super Bowl, I haven't watched. It's the first time I've been in the U.S. for a Super Bowl. I can't remember the last time. So I actually watched the game. But when you're in a country like Uzbekistan and they don't even never heard of the Super Bowl, I could stream it on my computer, but then I got to wake up at 3 a.m. and so sports is another big one.
Sports and friends and family.
Yeah, and familiar food, but I'm not that picky with food like you. I look at food as fuel. I just got to eat it to keep going. I'm not a huge foodie.
Right.
So.
I'm not either. This whole vegan thing I'm doing, I'm just enjoying it right now. You know why? Inflammation is it, right? A lot of foods were causing, based on all these tests that I did. But I created those formulas for my lifestyle and for the quality of my life. And just, it's like, I'm eating really super clean, but when you're working out 6 days a week, I just wasn't getting the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that I needed. And so I put them in there, and at 63, it keeps me going. And
they have really comfortable hats, so.
And they're great hats and great color and great name. Oh, what was this is not a great one to end on. I want to do this. Did you have a dream job before you started traveling? Did you have a job that was
You're going to
pretty
laugh at me because my performance wasn't that great today. But I really wanted to be a pro golfer when I was like 10 and 12.
Right.
But then, it's that life is. I have a lot of friends on the PGA Tour. Actually, I'm meeting one right after this, and it's like it's really stressful.
Relentless.
'Cause if you pay for all your own expenses, and if you don't perform, then see you later.
Yeah, right. You don't make the cut.
Exactly. If you don't make the cut, you're screwed. So
Right.
that's one. But I don't know. I didn't dream of being like a pilot or doctor or any of those kind of things. So.
We did that.
Who knows?
Here, I want to finish with this.
Sure.
Tell us about you have two Guinness Book of World Records. So we kind of mentioned one.
Yeah.
What are they?
The other one's really silly, but it's still a Guinness World Record. So the fastest time to pack a suitcase.
Wait a minute. That's the thing. So what do you got to put in that suitcase for it to be officially packed?
After I did my first record, I connected with Guinness, and I became friends with the people who make up the new records, and then they said, "Hey, do you want to do this record?" So in 23.42 seconds, they had
23.42
It's
seconds.
kind of a joke, Tony, to be honest. But they had all these different things to pack. It was here in Hollywood. I filmed it, and then I packed it all and zipped the suitcase, and I still hold the record. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go.
You better go break it.
Go home. My DOP kit alone takes me almost 45 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah, there's so much hair care and skin care
Dude,
products.
you gotta get the beard like perfect.
Yeah,
you know?
Like just the trimming tools. That's
even in the nostrils, like.
Yeah.
different
Oh
notes,
my
yeah.
God, that's another 10 minutes right up inside there. Yeah, it's like a forest up there. It's crazy. So, dude.
Yeah.
I think we've covered quite a bit.
Yeah.
And your story is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank
man.
you.
It's
Thank
such
you.
a pleasure getting to know you and playing some golf with you and watching your swing. It's a beautiful
Likewise,
swing.
I had this show is obviously not about you and your past, but I really enjoy talking to you and learning about.
Yeah, likewise. If you're somebody who, isn't following Drew and they want to follow you, what are the many ways in which they can find you, my brother?
On all platforms, it's at Drew Binsky. Drew, DREW, BINSKY. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever else is out there. I post a lot of content, so.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, check it out, you guys, because last night, I was supposed to be going to bed early for this interview, but I was up for like an hour and a half just watching your adventures online, man.
Thank you.
Really, really, really cool. And I learned so much, and now I'm just a little less scared to go see more of the really scarier parts of the
I
world.
would love to take you to a country that you've
Oh, my friend.
Hey, thank you so much, Tony.
Absolute
pleasure.
Really.
I enjoyed it, yeah. It was
Well,
fun.
there you go, everybody. Tony Horton here for Power Up. I just want to thank Drew for being here, and thank you for sitting in and watching us share his amazing life. Hope you learned a thing or two so that your life can be more incredible, so that you can also power up just a little bit. All right, T.
Thank you,
Horton,
guys. See ya.
signing off.
I'm glad that you've really enjoyed this interview. I can tell because you're watching it, because I can see you. Anyway, since you're here, I know you're really going to fall madly in love with this next one. I mean, I'm talking about knowledge consumed by you. All you got to do is go right over there,